Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Schnuckatsu video. And today, I just wanted to talk about how laziness and apathy are ruining my life. Not really ruining my life, but ruining others' lives around me, kind of. Now, I've always been somewhat of a lazy person, right? If there was an assignment in school I didn't need to do extra credit, I usually didn't do it, right? If there was a homework problem that there was an easier way of doing it, I would do it that way. I would do the bare minimum amount of work usually in school, unless I found it really interesting, and I would get by, and I would be fine. Um, but recently, I guess I've been extremely lazy. Like, with senior year ending, grades don't matter anymore, and in that sense, I just don't really care about school anymore, right? I go to school late every single day, sometimes missing 2, 3 classes in the morning. I only have morning classes, so basically missing my whole day of school. And my excuse for that is I just don't have anything to do in those classes. I don't need to go, right? And I don't care. And that's where, for those of you who don't know, that's what apathy means, which is just not caring. And laziness and that are closely linked together. In order to be lazy, you need to kind of not care about something, right? In order to be lazy and not go to the gym, you need to kind of not care enough about keeping yourself in shape, right? The how to stop being lazy is to start caring, more or less. If you care enough for something, you're obviously just going to do it. And so I think this thing is kind of like anything, right? The more you do it, the more you get used to it, and the better you become at it. Not the better yeah, basically. Like, if you start not caring about your grades and stuff like that, you'll naturally kind of start not caring about other stuff, right? And I think that's what has happened to me, right? Um, like recently, a few days ago, I completely missed a group project we were doing in my lit class. I just completely missed it. And our group members, including me, but we'd been working on it for a couple days. I missed the first rehearsal day too, even. And I promised all of them I would be there. I would wake up for class. Right? And I just didn't. I set 5 alarms, but I still didn't wake up. And like it's just a matter of not being so used to not caring. I think that it just carries over into everything. Maybe that's the reason why. I'm not sure. Oops. But like this is carried over into like all aspects of my life, right? Like a lot of my friends are pretty upset with me, because I just haven't cared enough, not only about myself, about like fixing my sleep schedule, but about everything around me. Like, okay, the first thing I haven't really cared enough about is school and my teachers, right? Like, regardless, even though there's not many days of school left, that's every reason more to care about school, to attend the final couple classes I'll have in high school, even though that means getting slightly less sleep. The second thing as a result, it's basically like saying your class doesn't matter to the teachers, which I may believe, but to the teachers it may be a very big, I don't know, it just makes them feel really bad, which is not good. The other thing I've been really lazy about is just like my family, I guess. Like, I haven't been picking up my brother in the morning just because, like, every time I don't wake up early and don't drop my brother off, I just convince myself that I don't care. But deep down, I know I do. I just convince myself that I don't care. And I think for a lot of things, people do this sometimes, where, like, if they're lazy or they just, like, don't want to think about it, they just convince themselves they don't care and they just forget about it. And I think that's what I've done for a lot of these things, right? And it's also part of procrastination, right? When you yeah. It really is related to my procrastination problem as well, right? When some problem arises, my first reaction is to be like, oh, that's a problem for future Shinoko to deal with. I'll hold it off. I don't care right now because I'll deal with it later. Like all of these three things: laziness, apathy, and procrastination. They're all linked together. I don't care sometimes at a certain point because I can always worry about it or care about it later. Or I don't care enough to do something about it now and always leave off for later. Because anything, if something was of utmost importance, I would immediately do it. So like some things are just, I guess, I don't make important enough to myself to just do. Because to me, they just don't. I don't know. Yeah. But it's also affected my family, right? Like not waking up early to drop off my brother. Not going home enough for dinner. That's just me not considering the thoughts of my family. And yeah, for my friends, not putting enough effort into relationships sometimes. Like, just being lazy and not checking in on someone, or just like, yeah, or just like procrastinating or not planning stuff and just letting stuff go because I'm like, oh, it's fine, when it's really not. Like, I remember back when I made those videos about like, oh, like how your struggles are insignificant, I think. And basically in that video, or in multiple videos, I'm like, oh, don't worry, everything will work out fine. So kind of just like the things in front of you don't matter as much as it seems. And I think I over adopted that mentality, right? Like almost everything that appeared my way, I was like, it's okay, I don't have to worry about it now, I'll worry about it later, and just kind of ignored it. And then the second thing I said was like, it'll all work out in the end, so it doesn't really matter, right? So you can see how that is kind of a problem, right? And so, yeah, moving forward, like, I guess it's only, I've always felt kind of bad about it deep down, but I guess it's only this week that I've actually started to realize the consequences of living this way. Like, I don't know if my friend wants to be mentioned, but he really just like called me out for it, and I'm really thankful to him. He watches my videos, so thank you, that friend. But yeah, like, at first I was like a bit defensive. I was like, who are you to tell me to not be lazy? I can be lazy if I want to, right? And I agree, you can be lazy if you want to, but if that laziness affects other people, and he was also concerned about me. Yeah, that's the final thing. I'll talk about this before I conclude. Lazy about myself, right? Like keeping up a good sleep schedule, having proper sleep hygiene. It's just something important that you'll need to do for the rest of your life, and I just haven't had enough willpower. I don't think it's not about having enough willpower. It's just convincing myself that it doesn't matter right now, or I don't care right now. That's the root of the problem, right? Like I convince myself that, oh, it's okay, I'll fix my sleep schedule later, or oh, it's okay, these couple months of bad sleep schedule won't really matter. Like that's not what I explicitly think, but I think that's basically what I'm thinking. And that's kind of my like own excuse for myself, and that's really bad too, because like I want to fix myself, right? Like sleep schedule wise, and be healthier and go to the gym. Actually, I haven't gone in a month. And so yeah, at first I was a bit defensive. I'm like, who are you to tell me how to live, more or less? But then like I realized where he was coming from, and then it made a lot of sense to me, and I'm very, very appreciative of that friend. I don't know if, yeah, I won't say his name, but yeah, like, and I'm not saying it's bad to be lazy. Sometimes it's okay to be lazy, right? It's okay to like not want to, like, sometimes laziness helps you find the easiest path, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, I think. Like oftentimes, like being lazy, I would argue, helps you develop more efficient solutions to things, right? If you're lazy and you don't want to sort through a bunch of files, you write a program to do it for you. That takes a bit less of time, right? Like that type of laziness is good in the sense that it helps you be more productive because you're trying to find a better way to do it. Like, wanting to do less work is, I don't know if that's even the proper definition for lazy, but if you want to do less work, that's definitely fine. I think that's absolutely natural and good. But just not doing that work, not putting enough effort or time or attention or just thought into relationships, into your actions, especially interpersonally with other people, socially, that's just, and if that has an effect on, negative effect on people, which in many cases it will, as it has in my case, then that's just the worst thing, one of the worst things that you can do, I think. And so, I guess for me, moving forward, right, I have to realize that there are certain things I can be lazy about. Like, maybe doing schoolwork and stuff, I can kind of like be like, yeah. But there are other things I cannot be lazy about people, I guess. And whenever I'm lazy about something, I have to always consider, like, I guess it kind of sounds obvious when I say it out loud, but I don't know. Maybe I just like failed to realize this, or kind of like lost my grasp on this. Whenever it comes to people, you can never be lazy, I guess. Do not procrastinate like something, or be like, it's fine. Don't say that, because you don't know if that person is fine with it, or if that teacher is fine with it, or your family is okay with it. Don't just like be like, it's fine. Don't tell yourself that sometimes. Sometimes you have to tell yourself, okay, this is not fine, and then work towards it to fix it. Because sometimes not everything is fine, right? Everything will eventually work out to a degree, but you have to put effort into trying to have that work out for yourself. If you don't, it's not. And if you don't, what's going to end up happening is it's not going to work out, and you're going to be left very unhappy. And a lot of people are too. I'm saying this as if it was advice for other people, but it is mostly just advice for myself. You know, and if other people are having a similar problem, hopefully it is advice for them too. But that's, yeah, those are, I guess, my problems. And I don't know. It might be an easy fix, it might not. But as long as I just like, before I dismiss anything, yeah, dismissiveness is also a result of like these two. Just before I say, oh, I don't care in my mind, or oh, just like think, do I really not care? And think about, like, is it really, like, if I'm lazy here, will it affect anyone else? Right? And what my friend said was, like, sure, you might not consciously be, it's just a mindset, really. This mindset, like, you might not intend to apply it to your teachers or your relationships or your family. But once you get set in this mindset of not caring about something, like not, oh yeah, one other thing that's affected is obviously you guys too. Me not uploading videos, because I just like, that might be lack of motivation, but it's of the similar like thing. If you just get in a mindset of not caring about a lot of stuff, then you'll be lazy about almost everything. And yeah, it's just changing this mindset will help you, or help me. It's actually, yeah. And there's no reason not to, I think. Like, there's no reason to get to school, not to get to school earlier. There's no reason to not just, you know, check on my family, my friends more. There's no reason. It's just sometimes I convince myself, and it's not that I convince myself necessarily I don't care. I guess it's just like, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how to describe it. I'm kind of trying to fill time here because I'm gonna capture a new personal best parkour record on camera. But yeah, like I'm really, I don't know when this problem started. I mean, I guess last year, after APs, I kind of was just like, okay, it's time to relax almost. And at that point, I was just playing Minecraft in class, you know. Well, obviously at the start of senior year again, I stopped because at the beginning of the school year, you still need to focus. But I think it was at that point I just was like, or that was the start of it. I was like, okay. And then really towards the end of this year, I'm like, okay, school doesn't matter. I don't care what grades I get. I don't care, like, I don't care if my parents are. I don't care if I'm like not contributing to my family. Blah 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 blah. And like, yeah, it's just a cascade of things I don't. On the surface, I tell myself I don't care about, but deep down I do, right? Which has led me to this point and me making this video. Like, you know, I was saying in my journal that this feels like kind of almost, maybe this is a penultimate episode of my high school season or something. Or this is like the beginning of the last episode, right? Like reconciling and realizing my mistakes the senior year. Yay, personal best. But yeah, what a fitting the end. And let's see how many stars I get. Oh, what? Okay, I can do it even faster. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, I guess I'll sum it up real quick. Basically to sum it up, I've been lazy. And I've started not caring about things because of that laziness. And that's led me to neglect a lot of things and people, and neglect the effects of my actions a lot. And before I thought being lazy couldn't hurt anyone except myself. But not only has it hurt myself, it's hurt other people too. And so I should try and change it. Like, just make sure to think before being lazy. Think before procrastinating, and just always be sure to make sure it's okay to be lazy. Because sometimes it is okay. But a lot of times when it comes to people, it is. So yeah, if you've been lazy about a person or putting off something, just go do it, you know? Go tell that person or like do whatever. Yeah. You guys know what I mean. Thank you guys for watching this very long rant about myself. Hopefully it can help you in some way. Make sure to subscribe, comment down below what you think, like the video, all that good stuff. I'll check out my first channel. But yeah, thank you guys for listening, for watching. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, if I stop being lazy. Because I don't think this will be an easy fix. It's going to take time and take effort. But I think it is a cascading effect. Like, once you make some small efforts to be less lazy about some things, like, it'll be easier to care about other stuff too. Yeah. Like, okay, one last thing. Like, I'd be lazy, and then my coping mechanism for that laziness is pretending to not care, or convincing myself I don't care, I think. And so as long as I just like adjust that and realize that, it's good. So yeah, thank you guys. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.